When Netflix debuted Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead last spring, the zombie flick marked a turn away from comic book epics and a return to the horror on steroids fare the director had previously made a meal of with his 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead. More importantly, by bringing Snyder into the fold, it signaled Netflix's desire to tap into the Man of Steel director's vocal, passionate internet fanbase to hopefully propel new franchises and shared universes aplenty for the streaming service. Unfortunately, Army of Thieves arrives as a bit of an inauspicious test case for that hypothesis, thanks to an over-reliance on Army of the Dead's thin story.
So, is it like in a movie film where each one of us has a different skill set and it's only working together that we can pull off that which needs the pulling off?
A prequel set 6 years before the earlier film's antics in Las Vegas, Army of Thieves is centered on safecracking Ludwig Dieter, played by Matthias Schweighofer, who also directs. A taciturn bank teller dreaming of excitement while posting videos about impregnable safes on YouTube, he's pulled into a heist by Natalie Emanuel's beautiful Gwen, a fugitive jewel thief looking to make a legendary score while an impending zombie apocalypse begins to consume the United States. They make for a fun pair, and one wonders if their chemistry might have had better opportunities to flourish without this story's baggage of the connection to Army of the Dead. In that same vein, other than the aforementioned die-hard Snyder fans, it's hard to discern who exactly a movie like Army of Thieves is aimed at. It's not enough of a zombie movie to satisfy that audience, and not enough of a heist movie for that audience. Instead, it's a strange hybrid of a thing that seems to feel the mythology Army of the Dead established only 5 months ago is so substantial to require significant excavation, and it's just not. That said, of the roster of dead people walking in Army of the Dead, Dieter is definitely one of the most colorful and interesting, so a prequel centered on him isn't the worst idea in the world. He has a manic, high-strung energy making him an interesting, if offbeat, protagonist. However, since the character himself says in that film that he hadn't encountered a zombie before, it somewhat limits how much terrain is available to explore here. And so, in lieu of a deeper examination of the zombie plague and its roots, we get Shaun of the Dead-style snippets of flesh-eating hordes engulfing America interspersed with our main characters heisting overseas while trying to evade Interpol. It's just nothing all that noteworthy. By this point, we've all seen so many heist movies that the only thing left for screenwriter Shay Hatton to do is run through a litany of heist movie tropes while commenting on how predictable heist movie tropes are. Most of the zombie gore is reserved for several dream sequences detailing Dieter's nightmares about being consumed by zombies. There's also an ending scene that will prove meaningful to Army of the Dead fans by lining up this movie with that one. On that note, while Snyder's only producing this go-around, his signature stylistic template is very much in evidence, even as Schweighofer confidently makes the production his own. There's a fun, high-energy feel to some of the sequences, and it'd be nice to see him have a go at a movie that's less reliant on its connection to other films.
What's going on?
While not without charm, the biggest factors working against Army of Thieves are a confused hybrid of horror and heist genre stories and an approach making it unclear which audience it's aimed at. While the idea of building out the before, during, and after of a zombie apocalypse is hardly unheard of, Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead may simply not be the best vehicle for it, due to a lack of depth to the lore. As a piece of disposable entertainment, it did the trick just fine, but holding aloft an array of prequels and sequels may be more than this army can muster. For more, check out our reviews of Antlers and The Black Phone. And for everything else, stick with IGN.